Okay, here we are with the next backing track, and it has the same root notes as the last backing track, but the chords have been changed. Now, instead of having major 7 chords, we have minor 7 chords. 4 bars on A minor 7, 4 bars on C minor 7, 4 bars on E flat minor 7, 3 bars on F minor 7, and then a bar on E7. Okay, now we said before that any major or major 7 chord or embellishment of outside the key was going to be the Lydian scale. Okay, minor 7 chords will always be Dorian scale. Now there is other stuff you can play in the jazz style, but just you know, your first port of call is probably going to be Dorian. That's certainly what we're going to be using here. So when you have a minor chord that starts a tune, okay, if it's not followed by something in the same key, and I'll explain that a little bit later, it's generally Dorian. So if you have a groove which is just going A minor, completely on its own, A minor or A minor 7, your first port of call is probably going to be Dorian. Okay, so the second chord is going to be C minor 7, so we're going to move to C Dorian, E flat minor 7, E flat Dorian, then we're going to have F minor 7, which is going to be F Dorian, and then for the E7 I'll just pick out a chord tone to give the solo a rest. If you remember, when we did the Lydian backing track, we counted up 6 from the root of the major scale of the chord that we were playing on. So we had A major, 7, we went to the major scale, counted up 6, and then we used that minor pentatonic shape, and then we filled in 2 notes to find our Lydian scale. Now we're going to do a similar thing here, but it's actually going to be a little bit easier. For minor chords, you just find the minor pentatonic from the root of the chord. So the first chord is A minor 7. Okay, so we'd get the minor pentatonic. And all we have to do is make 2 additions, and we have a Dorian scale. We put a note in, a tone above the 5th. So if you look at the chord here, the minor chord, the 5th is E. Put that F sharp in, a tone above the 5th. And then put in what was known as a natural 9, a tone above the root. And that will give us or if we do it there, and that will give us a Dorian scale. So for all the chords, that's really all we have to do. So we did it on the A minor, for the C, okay, play the pentatonic, put a note above the root, put a tone above the 5th, which in this case is G, we have C Dorian. Same for E flat, pentatonic, note above the root, note above the 5th, a tone in both cases as I've said before, E flat Dorian, and for F Dorian, a note above the root, a note above the 5th, tone in both cases, and we have the shape. Now in a lot of cases I'm not going to suggest it's a good idea for you not to know what those notes are, but I wouldn't mind betting already if you started playing in position 1 of C minor pentatonic, you may not know what all the notes are. But this is just a good way to get you started quickly on this type of thing. Now, first time around the solo, I'll use the position 1 of each minor 7 chord, each pentatonic, and I'll fill in the gaps, and then as the solo goes on, I'll start to use other positions. Okay, hopefully what you heard and saw me do there was play position 1 of each pentatonic from the root of the chord being played on the backing track, and then adding those 2 extra notes as discussed before to make up the Dorian. First time through the solo, position 1 on everything. Second time through, I mixed it up a little bit just to show you how you can get the variation of positions.